That's a little fucking bright. Okay, I need to remember to talk into my mic. If you're not going to be in the show, you need to get down. Sorry, but yeah, it's January 15th, which means school's in session. Yeah, school's in session. I am actually really proud of myself for getting this video out, recording it not only once yesterday, but doing it again today, and getting into the system, getting into the swing of things. All of 2025, I procrastinated pretty much everything in my life. Yeah, anything, everything. I also have not filmed a podcast styled video in so long. Like, I do these like skit type situations for UGC, but I actually haven't sat down and like spoke my thoughts in a really long time. So I'm getting kind of intimidated because I don't know, I feel like I was a little bit more ballsy when I first started my podcast a few years back, and there's just a lot to keep up on. There's a lot to update you guys on. But hello and welcome to my very first episode of Hot and Educated. This is going to be a little bit of an intro video. There's no spiel. Also, I'm allergic to citrus, and I drank orange juice. So I have a canker sore in my mouth. So if it's like, oh, can she speak? No, it's hurting. But anyways, moving forward, where was I? What? Why is my dog on the table? Wait, do y'all see her? Roxy. Hold on. Y'all. Get off my table. Roxy, get off the table. I'm for real. Girl. It wouldn't be like me if the first episode wasn't dysfunctional and chaotic. So we're just going to keep everything. This is just the way it's going to be. But yeah, I'm really excited. Normally, I would not be putting steps into action to actually fulfill this podcast and edit and do YouTube, do podcast, do Spotify. I told myself I was going to do it all of 2025 and not a single video came out. I actually had somebody reach out to me that was a subscriber on YouTube, email me and said, you made an intro to YouTube video and fell off the face of the earth and never posted again. And I said, it seems like you need to mind your own business. So if this is you, I'm just letting you know that did hurt my feelings, and you're also right. But yeah, I don't know. I'm so excited. I am putting forth the effort to make 2026 the year of moving the needle for me and actually sticking to a plan. I actually came on to the last episode that I filmed that did not get filmed because I did not have my mic connected correctly, nor was I using the correct mic for the Action 4. But I'm going to get a little muffle thing for this. But anyways, I wanted to inform you guys, I am in a focus sprint with her. Her name is Nana Del Rey. I don't know if you guys follow her. If you don't follow her, you should follow her. She and her kind of like creative assistant, actually, I don't know what she is to her. I don't want to put words in people's mouth or put titles on people, but Mila Holmes is also another girl I follow. I think her systems helps with her like execution, I believe, but don't quote me on that. But they're great. Follow them if you're into the same kind of stuff that I'm into: entrepreneurship, systems, being on your A game, being cool, being hot and educated. You'll probably like what they post, but I'm going to focus sprint with them that is helping me from today into 90 days, getting me to where I want to be, whether that's personal, business, financial, etc. Mine happens to be mainly financial for my business, a goal that I have in 90 days. But yeah, so much has happened in 2026. I launched my school for UGC creators, content creators, to come and learn from me on how I've been able to execute on being an entrepreneurial baddie. I mean, it's crazy. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to have the job that I do. I could talk about that forever. There's days I hate it, but there's days that there's every morning I wake up grateful. So, I mean, there is that. And let me rephrase. I don't ever hate my job. It's just there's days where it's hard, like everything. But yeah, getting to teach girls basically how I've been able to make 180K plus with UGC. Shaking my head, that's insane. I can't believe I've even made that much money, considering when I started UGC, I was like, I'll be lucky if I make like an extra 2K a month. Like that'd be cool. The way it grows, ladies and gents, it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, excited to do that. I'm in the focus sprint. I started a whole new strategy for Instagram. My video went viral yesterday. Well, not viral, but semi-viral, and way more viral than anything went in 2025 for me. So that's been good. And especially because it was on a topic and a niche that I'm getting into, which is human behavior, psychology, and all of that type of stuff. It just made me excited. It made me feel like I was on the right track. So, okay, I did not feel like holding that the entire time. I was talking like a freaking pop star. So I needed to put this in this little thing. But I also wanted to show you guys this, which is, yeah, my whole new strategy. It's all written out, and yeah, I'm super proud of it. It's like basically segmented content ideas for the new pillars of content that I'm going to be posting in, which is like insane that I actually have that much mental focus and capacity to complete that, because again, in 2025, I was so burnt out, you guys. I've never experienced the type of burnout that I experienced in 2025, which we're getting more into in episode 1 a little bit. My first episode, I think, is going to be on why accountability is hot, because it is. It so is, you guys. The more I've dove into human behavior, psychology, and the reason why people act the way they do, and this is including myself, I think a lot of people think I am like having these tips and ideations on other people, but it's like, no, like this was stuff I realized in myself first, and then I started doing more research about it, because I was like, why do I act that way? Let's start there. But anyways, yeah, and then on the other side we have, oh my god, help, what is this? Give me one sec. Intermission. But on the left hand side, which is obviously a lot more blank, you will see, is my podcast topics. I am having a little bit of a hard time coming up with them, mainly because I want them to be pretty different than what I used to film in. I feel like although my podcast was enjoyable and had a lot of moments that were universally respected by people and could be relatable and helpful, it wasn't as helpful and relatable as I wanted to be, especially because at the time I was trying to be a model. Weird shit. But yeah, so I really want these topics to be more self-help like, and be something that you guys can actually like walk away from the podcast being like, dang, I learned something new, or like that was entertaining, or that helped me, or I feel fresh and lighthearted and I feel stable when I go and watch Elliott's show. So yeah, relatable topics and the topics of my show, psychology, both with my brand, business, and then personal. Meaning I do UGC full time, so a lot of that is buyer psychology and executing paid media in a way that is attractive to a consumer and would influence said person to buy said product, service, whatever it may be that I'm selling. So I had to learn a lot about that in totality for my career, but then I also have been now engaging in a lot of ways to educate myself further on psychology, just with my life personally and my relationships and stuff like that. And then, of course, y'all knew that. I think I've iterated on that enough. And then UGC, of course, I'll be talking about content creation, business, how to get started, other ways to monetize your accounts, your social media. I recently dove into Pinterest and things have been going really good. Super weird, super cool. I don't know if I'm going to overlay much in this video or if it's going to be strictly just like a talking head and shit like that. I might overlay some stuff. My Pinterest analytics have been really good. If I do decide to add it, it'll be here. If I don't decide to add it, it will be nowhere. But yeah, and then, oh, I read my handwriting. Okay, creator insights, which is just like tips, tricks, knowledge, things like of that. My brand is Luxe, and in being Luxe, I want to incorporate the things, the skills that I've learned that have given me a luxe life, or at least what I feel is a luxe life. I used to think a luxe life was based around a lot of materialism, but now I'm realizing that just because I get to wake up whatever time of the day I want, which normally is 5:45 a.m., At least it has been recently, which is like tea, because again, 2025, you could not catch me out of bed. Period. I was going to say by a certain time, but like honestly, the end. But yeah, the luxury of my life is like the fact that it just gets to, really? That's crazy. Anyways, going back to what I actually was saying, was that living a luxury life actually has, there's lots of stuff happening. Sorry. I've noticed is just the fact that I get to live kind of life on my own command. And that is thankful. That is because of UGC. That is because of what I've built with Lux. And so I want to give you guys the tools and the skill, if you so choose to utilize them, to incorporate luxury into your own life, whatever that means. Even if you want to stay in your 9 to 5, even if you don't have any interest of going into social media or having a career in it or utilizing it even as a hobby, there's other ways that I want to kind of give you guys access to that. Anyways, but yeah. So that, I'm super excited for that. And then I have an entire content creation batch schedule here that is going to be a part of my 90-day sprint with Nana. I want to really make sure that I'm focusing on my content for my business, because I didn't for so long and it really shows. And I also did for a really long time this year with LinkedIn as well. And my LinkedIn blew up and that's been fun. That's been crazy. So anyways, yeah, this is kind of the intro video and like what my life's been like. I'm going to touch on 2025 a little bit here because I talked about it so much in the beginning of this video and kind of hinted at like kind of what was going on. So I want to double down and talk about that for a sec. Not good. Okay. So yeah, I feel like I'm thankful for 2025 because it now has given me the position to talk more in depth about some of the ways and the feelings that I felt that I actually used to think were a myth. If you know me personally, or even maybe had like a few more in-depth conversations with me, a lot of my girls in Lux know this because I had an entire webinar on it. But I used to think depression was fake. Jeez, yeah. I also used to think anxiety was made up. And this is coming from somebody that like now knows like I do have signs of anxiety. I still do believe that there is ways that you can execute, new routines and habits to make these feelings better. But 2025 was a period of my life where I didn't feel like executing on those things. I didn't know what to do to make life better for me. And this isn't supposed to be like a sob story or a feel bad for me thing, because genuinely I don't even feel bad for myself. A lot of it was actually self-induced. It's more so just kind of bringing awareness to the space. I've had a mentor after mentor who has given me this almost toxic positive outlook on entrepreneurship and this idea that I really hate, that people who want mentorship in the social media space or the entrepreneurial space must want to be a part of hustle culture. You must want to make $1 million or else you don't want the dream at all. There's kind of this like, you either do want to be a millionaire or you're not an entrepreneur sometimes in this like space. And I got really overwhelmed with that. And trying to, it was so overwhelming. I feel like I had nowhere to turn. I felt like no matter what I was doing as an entrepreneur, as a content creator, it was never enough. And in feeling those feelings, I decided that I would do nothing at all. And it actually made me want to do nothing at all because I was so bombarded with self-doubt and the paradox of choice, which I'll also get into more as time goes on if you haven't heard about that I felt like my life was failing in every direction and every kind of pillar of my life, whether it was not business or personal health or wealth. It was like everything wasn't good and I didn't know how to make it stop. And so that is what has influenced me to, I'm so grateful for the focus sprint with Nana. A, B, start this podcast and start utilizing it as a tool for me to voice my thoughts and my opinions and stop being so scared of what people are going to say and think about me, because I got so far into people pleasing in 2025. It was disgusting. If you know me personally, again, you would know that's never something I've ever experienced in my life. Like I could eat the mic. I'll throw up on all of you. Like it's so disgusting to me to people please. It's something that I've reiterated with my friendships for so long. A lot of my friends like are the kindest, most soft-spoken, like people pleasing, won't stick up for themselves type of people. And I'm not shaming them. It's like, those are just the people that I feel like I gravitate towards. I don't know if it's because I always want to like cuddle them and baby them, and I love them, and I think they're so sweet. But like, it's something that I tell my friends a lot. And then, or I noticed I would tell my friends a lot, especially like my more shy friends, I guess. And then as time progressed, I started doing the same thing, and I was like, who is she and where did this come from? This is weird. And it got me into a lot of sticky situations with people, with opportunities that I had said yes to that I then later wanted to immediately say no to, that I couldn't say no to because I was people pleasing. It was expensive on my time. It was expensive on everything. Yo, I might just keep this light off if it keeps dying. Okay, sorry if the lighting is changing so much throughout this video. Mind you, I did try to film this once and it didn't work out, and that was in daylight, and this is the only time I've had to do that today, so sorry if the light keeps changing. But to get back to my situation that I was talking about, yeah, so 2025 was like a really big transition moment for me to utilize what I went through and how I felt to be able to then jump into this podcast, feel more confident in speaking about things that I actually got to see the other side of, which was great because I didn't think I would. In 2025, I literally thought this was the end, but it wasn't. And it never is. It never is. God is never finished, okay? He's never done. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what this year does for me, to see what this year does for all of you, especially those who choose to engage in my content. It always means the most to me. I had this like revelation. Sometimes I mix up words. It's crazy. Yeah. Earlier this year, that was just like, I remember starting social media because I didn't have friends, because I needed like an outlet to speak, because I actually enjoy speaking. I actually enjoy talking. I am very communicative. I don't know. Here we go again. And an emotional person. And when I don't have like an outlet to be A, creative, and B, speaking and talking and forming conversation, it bothers me. And so when I was traveling a lot and moving cities, I didn't have very many friends, because you can't really keep friends when you keep moving cities. And I realized that as that progressed and my social media became more of a consistent thing for me, I was utilizing it almost as a friend. It's like, I don't know some of you guys, but I enjoy talking to you. And I learned even more so this year that there was like an emotional drought in me and my relationships through 2025 that was causing like a deep amount of like resentment on me, and also a deep self abandonment problem where I was not really giving myself the things that I needed because I didn't feel like I deserved them. And again, this isn't self-pity. This is just like kind of going through like why I'm so passionate about my why now, and not only helping y'all, but helping businesses and being more open to just being myself, being less robotic, and not succumbing to the age of AI. Like, I just want to be as open as possible because that's the only thing we have left. And the end of the year, after Christmas and into the new year, I just realized that I really want to be around people that I feel like I can talk to and be myself around. And I want you guys to open up the opportunity to do that with you and your relationships, and also do that on your social media. If you're a content creator, people want to see the realness come out of people. We're so sick of like the materialism, the fakeness, the what's the word? The performative actions. It's just like not it. I lost friends this year. I had people try to tell me that I was obsessed with them over speaking on my experiences and using my social media as a place of optimism and satire and sarcasm. I had people lie about me. I had videos made about me that were false, comments posted about me that were false, stories made up that were narratives that were completely switched over. And I'm just like baffled, honestly, by the way people act. And I just want to be a space where people feel safe coming here. I know that's kind of cliche, and it's honestly not something I never thought I'd say, but here I am. Yeah, that's just what I want to do. So I'm happy to be here. Again, sorry if the lighting changed a million times in this video. I'm still trying to get used to my action camera and the lighting, how I want to film, kind of like that. This should have been what I was doing the whole time, I fear. But yeah, moving apartments in like also 2-3 weeks, so it doesn't matter because this won't be my forever filming location. Yeah. What time is it? Because I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I still have a lot to work to do. It's 6:30. 6:30 and I still have something to do. I still have to finish actually I'm probably not going to finish that tonight. I have more work to do. And then I'm going to make a sandwich. But anyways, thanks for listening. Dude, this is going to be such a hard video to cut cuz I'm speaking crazy, but yeah, if you guys are an old listener and you're excited for the new era of Hot and Educated, drop it in the Spotify comments, or of course, let me know via DM, social media comments. Make sure you guys follow me on all my platforms, just because there's different pillars of content that I'm dropping in all my content forms. LinkedIn, I'm a little bit more entrepreneurial. Instagram, I'm like business lifestyle. And then Lux is like straight UGC content creation, monetizing. And then YouTube, of course, is like this, and Spotify is this, like my ability to actually chat, sit down, talk, and like whatever, help you guys out more on like a deeper level. So make sure you guys follow me on all social media platforms if you want, just so you guys can get the most value from me. If you're not getting it from one platform, you'll probably see it on another. Yes, thank you guys so much. I can't wait to do this more, and I'll talk with you all soon. Hope you guys are having a great start to your new year. Happy 2026. Love you. Bye.